Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about custom hooks and how to create them and when should I actually create them. So for this I have this example on Code Sandbox. This example has two components, component 1 and component 2. So both these components just have a div with this styling so that we can differentiate these two, and these two components are rendered here in this app function. As you can see, component 1, component 2, and the component 1, component 2 are just above the app function. So let us consider a simple use case. Let us say that in both of these components, we need, whenever these component gets mounted, we need to hit some API and render the data in the components. So for example's sake, I'm not going to actually hit the API, but I'm just going to like kind of like just do some rough sketch of that. So let us say, for example, I have this function that gets the data, get data, and let us say I'm just going to have this uh, variable data. And so the idea is that we hit the API and the result of the API will be stored in this data, but I'm not going to do that for now. I'm just going to have some dummy text, uh, the data from API. So just for this quick example's sake, I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to return data. And to render this, I'm going to render it here. So I'm just going to call this get data function. So as we can see, in our little weird example, we have this function that just assuming I am calling an API that has this variable with some data, assuming that we get it from an API, and when we call this function, we get the data here. Now let us say I want the same functionality over here. I want to hit the same API and get the data. So what ideally we would do is we would just copy this and paste it in component 2 and do the same thing that we did over here. So the same thing, we just did the same thing what we did in component 1. We did the same thing component 2, and we got the same result. But there's a better way of doing this is by making this into a hook. So we have this set of repeated logic that we're doing it in more than one component. So we're going to take that logic, abstract it into a hook. So this is how we can do that. So as React docs, a hook is just a function that returns something, and the name of the function should have use, the word use in it. So we're going to do that right now. So I'm just going to have a simple JavaScript function. Let's just call it use get data, right? And I'm just going to copy this, and I'm just going to paste it over here. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this as well. And instead of get data, I'm going to have it something like this. We have some kind of yes. So this is a very primitive example, but I do believe this answers the question of creating a custom hook and when to create it. So what we just did is that we abstracted this getting data logic into our own function that's a hook. It's just a function that returns this data that we are assuming we get it from the API, and we just use this hook in component 1 and component 2 to display the information that it gets. So in other words, we can do something like this also. We can just do something like const data is equal to this is more ideal way of how you would use the hook. So if we just print the data, we also get the same result. So that's it, guys. So this all what a hook is. It's just a function that returns data. So let us say in the future there's some change in this. let's just say the API is changed. So I just need to change it in this one place, and the change will be added in everywhere that we use this hook. So that's it, guys. I hope you find this video useful. If you do, like and subscribe. Uh, let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.